Hey everybody, this is Dan Strong with Excel VBA is Fun. Today I'm going to deviate a little bit from our normal lessons on Visual Basic and Excel. I want to teach you about a program called Poang, which is a free program for those of you who like roller derby in doing the scoreboard. I'm going to show you how to install it first. First thing is I had a lot of trouble using Internet Explorer or Chrome. For some reason, this one worked really well, and in fact, it only worked in Mozilla Firefox. So I am going to open up an instance of that before I get this installed here. And in fact, I do have a computer which has never been installed. So what I'm going to do is spell it for you in Google, Poang, and then the word derby, Poang. And you'll see the very first result if you do that is poang.gg. And it sounds weird, but it is absolutely available in English and it works. So I'm going to click install now, and it's going to say I need the Adobe Air file, something to download. It's perfectly normal. Just click open or save or whatever, and run now. Okay. So, oh well, maybe I did already have it installed on my computer. That's okay. Anyway, that's how that works. Basically, once you have this program up and running, I'm going to double click here and maximize here. I guess I had a sample here. I'm going to go ahead and start a very new, completely new game and eliminate all those prior results here. So now that we have a new game, and by the way, you never want to do that when you've got right before about, because that's bad. Anyway, the first thing you do is you go to Properties, and you want to check that if you have a title of a bout, you can put the name here, or you can just put anything. Most of these are set automatically to WIFTA rules. The period length might be 20 or 30 minutes. Jam lengths are going to be 2 minutes. Lineup, all these things are pretty much set pretty well. The home team, you can either leave as home or you could put the initials. We're just going to make one up. The How Ya Doing Roller Girls, and the Super Cool Away Team, Scat and Hydrig. Alright, if you have a picture, you can double click here and put a picture there. I don't, but I'm going to go find one. Let's see. Let me pause. Okay, and we're back. So here's got a picture here. I'm going to go to my Dropbox where I keep all my good stuff, and my Derby folder. Here's the Hydrig photo. It's a nice, delicious Oreo pie. That's their team logo. And for the visitor team, the away team, we'll just take the scat picture. Alright, going back to the home team, we're going to add some players. Alright, yeah, we're going to add some players here by clicking this add button. And first we're going to give them a name. So what's player 1? Well, you might have a real name. I'm going to say player 1. And their number is PL1. Alright, double click here, and you can, let's go to team 1 here. So there's player 1's photo, and I'm going to hit, I think you can hit tab, spacebar. So, and then it'll hover over, if you hit spacebar, it'll allow you to enter the next person. That's if you want to do it quick. That's a quickie thing I learned. Instead of using your mouse and clicking here and clicking here, you just tab a whole bunch of times. Alright, so we got player 2. Their number is 123. And let's double click here. There's player number 2. Tab, enter. Or spacebar. So we'll do the same. Player 3. And so on. And we'll go ahead and put a couple more. I'm going to pause this here and I'll go on a visitor team. Alright, let's do the visitor team here. And when we're, let's see, this will be away person, number 1. And it's okay if they have the same name. I'm going to go up a directory and go to the team. Here we go. And I'll do the same and I'll unpause it in a moment. Okay, we got both of our lineups here. You can change the order very easily by clicking and dragging. So player 5 actually should be right here. And on the visitor team, looks like when they announced all the girls at the beginning of the bout, they're going to do it in this order. So I better get them in order, hadn't I? Yes, I had. Okay. So now they're in the order that we want them to appear on. I'm going to title this bout Fake Bout 1. Alright. I'm going to close that out. And we have our teams here. Now, you see nothing has started yet because we have not initialized any of the good old starting stuff. So where do we go from here? Let's see. If you wanted to select one of the players, you simply click on the checkbox next to their name. That's how you do the lineups. I might be getting a little bit ahead of myself. However, I think you can change the teams using these two buttons here. Over here you have the visitor intro. So there's, let's see, do the home intro at the very beginning. And also, this is very, very important right here. Pay attention. If you miss everything else, you need this information. You've got to get the American flag. It's not on there by default, well, unless you're not in America. But in America, of course, we sing the national anthem and look at the flag. So, what you need to do is click on this little image icon and download a picture of the American flag off of Google Images or something. Click on that. We're going to add an image. And I just so happen to have an American flag picture in my directory. How about that? You see it adds it to this here. You can actually add advertisements if you have people who want you to put their advertisements up and maybe pay your team a little bit of something. You can put those here. Again, you can drag and drop these. Do not delete the Framsta visitor intro or home intro. Those have programming on them. You do not want to delete them. However, if you want to delete something, you can click this delete button here. Don't delete them. Anyway, so there's the American flag. They sing the anthem, and bada bing, you're in business. So you can deselect that now. So once they have done the American flag, you go to either home or visitor intro, and they start saying their thing. Either they have just the names, or they're going to have a little slogan before the names. So, hey, look out everybody, here comes player 1. Player 1's super cool. So you just click on this during the home intro thing is selected. And player 2, blah 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 about player 2. And player 5 is really super cool lady and blah blah blah. Do that. Then when they're done with all that, you go to the visitor team and do the same old stuff. Lady on the wrong team, she's gonna lose. Away person number 1, blah blah blah. And etc. So, do all those intros for all these people. And then when you're ready to start the bout, you click on the Framsta. Okay? And you can deselect these two people if they're not your lineup jammers. So I'm going to show you, as best I can, what the keyboard shortcuts that you're going to live by when you are running the time program here, the Scoreboard program. But basically, whoever designed this did a really good job of putting a lot of the automation in the B button. The B button on your keyboard does a whole lot. So I'm going to go ahead and put up a little picture on here. One moment. Okay, so you'll see I have my Derby folder on my Dropbox pulled up now. I want to show you these Poang Derby shortcuts. And I'm going to have this document available to you probably on this video's description, but more than likely I'm going to have it available on Dropbox. So I will provide a link that you can download this text file. So because it's not available online anymore, whoever invented Poang, the help files are really not there anymore, but luckily I saved it a long time ago. Basically, the command keys are as follows. B, advances. It does the right thing based on the current status of the bout. So if a jam is running, it switches to the lineup. If the lineup's running, it starts the next jam. Before the game and during intermission, just hit B. It readies but does not start the period clock. At the end of that period, it moves. Hitting B moves you into intermission, overtime, or final. So yeah, B really advances a lot. It's very automated for you. The N button is the official timeout. It stops all clocks. Okay, so that's the official timeout. That is not a team timeout. The team timeouts are at opposite ends of the keyboard. One is your Z button, if you can put your left hand on that. The other one is right next to the Shift button. It is your question mark or slash button, if you would. And I think they'll get to that. But those are your team timeouts. And everything is left to right, meaning left meaning the home team, and anything on the right side reciprocated or mirrored is the away team. So that helps me keep everything in line. But N is the official timeout. B is the next button. G and J. Let's see. Okay, so in the very center of your keyboard is the letter H. H is no lead jammer. I hardly ever use that. I suppose I could, but I just don't really use it that often. But outside of the H button is G, which is on the left, so that's your home team. G is when your home team is the lead jammer, and you hit that as soon as the lead jammer is whistled out or declared, and you hit J if the visitor team has got the lead jammer, and it'll make a little star. I'll show you that in a moment. Then you got the Q and the whatever this is, bracket button. If you'll basically take your index finger and middle finger on the Q and the W with your left hand, and with your right hand take your index finger and middle finger and put it on both of the brackets. You now have the ability to basically increment or decrement the points. So let me show you that really quickly. Even before I've started the game, if I hit Q, it puts a bunch of points, and if I hit W with my index finger, it takes them back away in case I made a mistake. And with the brackets, I have my index finger on one bracket. The furthest away bracket actually puts the points on, and the inside ones on both sides decrement the points. So it's like a mirror. It's really works well. Last bit of the controls is Z and backslash. And Z is when the home team has got a timeout, and that begins the timeout and stops the clock. Runs a 30-second lineup clock. And of course the backslash will do that for the visitor team. And then this talks about other stuff that you really don't need to know about. But anyway, I'll share that link as well on the Dropbox. So, and if you don't have Dropbox account, you need it because it's fantastic. It keeps me in line. Anywhere I go with the internet, I have all the files that I need. So, it's fantastic, and best of all, it's free. So, I haven't experimented much with this, but you might be able to. Yeah, I just hit the colon button, and it selected this player. And I imagine if I hit enter, if I hit space or something, it might select that. I haven't messed with that. I usually just click on what I need. Anyway, that being said, another thing you need to know, if you have a laptop, or regardless if you have a laptop hooked up to a projector or whatever you're using, you need to use, obviously, a dual monitor. In this case, I have one computer screen and another computer screen over here. You might be able to see my mouse over here. But with the secondary monitor, I'm going to have that using view here. You may have to rescan if it hasn't scanned your secondary screen. But I'm going to have the, let's see, which one am I going to use here? If I click this one, I wonder what that does. No, that wasn't it. Let me click the screen 1 here. Okay, so if you look over where my mouse is now, you can barely see it. But over here we now have what they see in the audience, and over here we have what I see as the scorekeeper. So I'm going to go ahead and start about, and I'm going to hit the B button. Now that I'm on the Framsta thing here, hit the B button. So that almost is started. Everything is on here now. So basically I'll just demonstrate a few things, and then you will be on your own and you'll be able to play around with this. This is an awesome program. It's free. You can't lose. I'm going to hit B again, and that's when they blow the whistle. So get ready. And whistle. So now we've got a jam underway, and I should have already selected it. Here's the lineup for this. These are the two jammers. You can do it even after the jam starts. You can really click on these at any time, and you can even make changes on the fly if you need to. So at this point, a lead jammer has been, let's say away person number 1 is the lead jammer. So that's on the right side, right? So what does that mean? Instead of G, which is the home team has a lead jammer, it would be J. So I'd hit J, and it starts flashing that this person is the lead jammer, and that's how it signifies that. You can probably switch that, but I've really never had to. You can hit the H button, which means a no lead jammer. Basically, it just means the star goes bye-bye. So, kind of pointless. Anyways, whenever that person calls off the jam or the jam timer is gone, you hit the B button, and I'm going to hit it right now. So there's the lineup time. That gives me just enough time to punch in the points. So with the Q button and with the brackets, let's see, 2 points and 3 points here. Okay? Oh, no, I meant 2, so I'm going to hit the other bracket button. There we go, 2 to 2. Now I have just enough time to get the lineup, this person, and lady on the wrong team. And as soon as this goes to 0, they are probably going to blow the whistle. I'll hit the B button, and we got another jam underway. You do not hit the B button until they whistle at the same, to tell the players to go. When they do that, you're good to go. So that's pretty much how a bout works. Now let's say there's an official timeout. They hit the N button. Everything is frozen in time for as long as they want. They can have an official timeout for as long as they need. There's nothing counting down and saying that we're going to get back to it. Now here's a little subtlety. When an official timeout has been called, the best way to undo the timeout is to hit the N button again right before you hit the B button to start the jam timer, or whatever you call that, the 30-second period. So instead of hitting B to just proceed to the next thing, it helps for some reason to hit N to unpause the official timeout and then B. So I just get my middle and index finger on the N and then B, so I can just hit it simultaneously. So say they blow the whistle or whatever they do to say the official timeout is over, I hit NB and I go ahead and do whatever points they've declared needs to be done, and I'm going to go ahead and do my lineup if I have time. Otherwise I'll do it in a second. Whatever I can see from the stage, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead, and it's a little prematurely, but I'm going to hit the B button because I'm just going to. So I'm going to hit the B button. So we're starting the next jam anyways. And let's say that one team or the other has an official, or has a team timeout. So if it is visitor, it's the question mark or slash button. If it was on the other side of the keyboard, there's a Z button. So if it was the home team that they point to on their left, I think, then it would be the Z button. So let's give the home team a timeout. I hit the Z button. Oh, or did I? Maybe I didn't set the time. Let me set the timeouts here. Need to be 30 seconds. 0030. Okay, so that needs to be set at the beginning of the game, I suppose. So anyway, we have now given. It should set the number of timeouts that's been used, and either take that away or set that. But I've never done it on my computer before. Anyway, Z and slash is how you do those timeouts. and then as soon as they blow the whistle, at whatever time they do it, that's when you hit the B button to proceed. Okay, I think I hit the timeout button too many times. But anyway, that's how that works. Now, if you ever need to make any changes on the fly, let's say I told you that the game timer actually needs to be set to 27 minutes and 1 second. You type 2001, don't put any colons, and just click away. And then the time is now set to whatever you needed. You can change the score manually, or you can hit the QW or brackets, change the timeouts, all that stuff. You can play around with that. I think I am done. I'm sure you're done hearing my voice. But thank you for watching, and I hope this really helped you learn how Poang can help you and your derby team. Thanks for watching. God bless.